Hello, and welcome to a Thursday update. I am Connor Erickstead. I am here to give you an update. It is just me today. Our good friend at Media Matt is on vacation. So it is just me. Saw a few questions in the chat as we were waiting to get going here. One, does Talon get a bonus for hitting a 30 stream streak? Considering all of our streams are during the workday, no. And in fact, I think he deserves an anti-bonus. I think he owes us money. So, Talon, if you have that Prime sub, let's go ahead and toss that to our channel. I think that'd probably be good compensation. Dark Harbor Matt, I have 120,000 stream points. Can I buy into the company with that? You can. You can. It's kind of like a Bitcoin sort of situation, though, and you should have used your stream points like 4 or 5 years ago. At this point, 120,000 stream points gets you maybe 0.12% of a share in the company. So, probably not a great way to invest your stream points or money or time, just energy. I mean, honestly, the calories burned by your brain listening to this little aside was a waste for you. And I'm sorry about that. But hey, you asked a question. And I am here to answer the questions and give you guys the update. I'm going to start at the top. I'm flying solo today. Like I said, Media Matt is not here. So things are going to be a little bit more bumpy than usual. It's been a while since I have done a stream update. So I don't exactly remember where we were at. Big news, my wife and I, our second child, arrived to this wonderful world a few weeks ago. And I have been kind of having my hands full with that. So a little out of the loop, maybe even more so than normal. But I am going to be just kind of winging it right now, to be completely honest. I'm like 3 weeks, have not thought about an update stream. So that's on me, which isn't honestly abnormal for things generally. But all right, let's get to the last list here. Let's see, nope, that's not it. We need to get to, where's the bullhorn? There it is. Okay, we'll start at the top, at the oldest project of This Is Not a Test. This Is Not a Test is done, right? I know at one point, what I think was 2.5 weeks ago, there was a single lawman warband that needed to be printed. So, and Doug is confirming, yes, This Is Not a Test is done, which means this stream will be the last time you see this banner officially. Maybe not. If I forget next time, I may put it up again, but probably. It is fulfilled. Things will be going on to general sale. Honestly, they may have at this point. Again, had a kid 3 weeks ago and super out of the loop. Ben, are they on general sale? And if not, when are we looking at doing that? So wait for that. Yes, they are on general sale. That includes MDF and miniatures and books? Question mark? Right there. This is not a test. Core products. If you missed out on the back room and you've been waiting for fulfillment to be done, it is done, and those products are available right there. You can trust me, because even though I don't know what I'm talking about, I know who to ask who does know what they're talking about. So yeah, This Is Not a Test is live. It is out there. General sale. Congratulations, Joey, and everyone that contributed to This Is Not a Test for that cool updated second edition. And if you would like to get in on it, well, now you can. Cool. Up next, we have DLB. Don't look back. Late pledges are still open for the game found. We did receive the molded samples, showed those off a few weeks ago. And we are, at this point, up until now, we've been in a bit of a holding pattern, trying to figure out how this tariff situation would escalate or not escalate, or just really have any sort of reading on that situation at all. At this point, we are confident in moving forward, taking some next steps in the process, which involves the initial molding costs. So we have the sample molds, the sample pieces that we got. Love those, looking great. At this point, we are going to move forward, pay the deposit down to get the full production molds made for the Don't Look Back starter PVC minis set. So yeah, that project is going to be moving forward. As far as our delivery on it next year, maybe a bit of a delay at this point, depending on the production side. We aren't going like full bore into it. We're still walking cautiously. We're trying to be good stewards of the cash that people pledge so that they get the product that they want, and that we don't like bankrupt ourselves in the meantime. So walking forward cautiously, but also feel as if we have somewhat of a handle on how we can mitigate and deal with things as they are coming along. That is This Is Not a Test. That is Don't Look Back. That brings us to Hametsu. You guys have been pronouncing it wrong this whole time. It's actually Hametsu. Not Hametsu, not Hamtaro, it's Hametsu. It's not, it's Hametsu. Hametsu is printing and fulfilling. As mentioned a few weeks ago, we have that in the production queue. Things are moving. Talon was actively printing that earlier today before he was watching the stream. Maybe he's still packing it right now. I would hope so. Fingers crossed. So, Hametsu, we are printing all of the kappas. Everything else is getting it in. As we pack up those kappas, we process them into stock. Those flag orders, it is going out. Potentially, we will be knocking off some of these specific products in the next week or so that each pledge is coming 2 sets with. It takes up more machine time. Probably going to be filling in the machines, but should be wrapping those up in the next few weeks. We will bleed into July at this point, but should wrap it up in July. Fingers crossed. If not, we'll let you guys know. At the same time, those machines that are running all of the Hametsu stock is also running our back order stock and our dinosaur test prints for the We Played God campaign and everything else. So while the large majority of them are dedicated to just the kappas, we are shoving things in here or there, which is why our timeline is a little flexible when it comes to delivery. But we are delivering upon those. Yes, as Doug said, 30 to 40%. What about shipping late pre-orders for just the book? Yeah. So we do initial, then late, then general fulfillment right there. There is a little bit of, while a lot of our shipping system, and this is something interesting, it's because we ship in-house and we also produce the things in-house, we have to like dedicate, when we get raw materials in, we have to process those, we have to be able to turn those into a product, we have to process that, we have to get it to shipping, we have to flag it, we have to have it shipping. And really, there's only 2, sometimes 3 people involved at all those steps. A lot of it's automated, but at the front end of things, there is still a little bit of like, hey, we are going to have these sets of orders, which would be the original pre-orders. Those are going to fulfill first. So we're flagging those, and then as everything goes downstream, we have a program written by our good friend Corey Sullivan that actually flags them. And then Talon knows that they're ready to ship, and we ship them out. So yeah, it's a lot of complicated things. There's a lot of times where people, and we'll talk about this with the Lunar plastics here, we get like a component in, and in the case of Lunar plastics, it is kind of the component to get in. Doesn't mean that we're initially like immediately shipping, because it's just one part of it. So in this case, it's as if the factory was done with one part of it, and they're still manufacturing the other part and assembling it. We just don't ship it to ourselves usually. We just ship pieces to ourselves and then assemble it and then ship it to you. So Hametsu is still printing, about 30 to 40% fulfilled right now, and should be moving through that, just taking away orders and flagging them and getting them out. Getting out the late pre-orders after that, and then general fulfillment. Yeah. Let's see here. Unless you were talking about late pre-orders for TNT book? Question mark? Did I misunderstand your question from the get-go? If so, let me know. If not, we're going to move on to, I was touching on there a little bit, Lunar. Okay, so Lunar Plastics. We received the sprues. So these are your sprues. These are 5 USA, 5 USSR, 5 USSR, 5 USA. Don't know why I did that. That was confusing. Each one has 5 United States and 5 Russians on it, for a total of 10 per sprue or 20 in the box. Also get 20 bases. And this is kind of what I was touching on. Right now, we got the sprues in. That's great. Now that we have final sprue sizes in and we can get proper measurements of everything, we are also getting boxes. Get the boxes done, get the boxes in, that's great. We also have 20 bases. We have around 25,000 loosely packed 32 millimeter bases off to the side. Each box of sprue gets 20 bases in the box. We have an initial order of somewhere around 2,000 to 2,500 of these boxes of 20 bases each. And for a lot of our kits, things like the Hametsu packs, it's like a 25, a 25, a 32 millimeter base. Or for the Kappas, it's 1, 2, 3, 32 millimeter bases. Counting out 20 32 millimeter bases by hand and putting them in a bag, we're a unique factory that has to work on these things. And is also part of the reason why we get the sprues in and they're not immediately going out the door. So, where are we at on these sprues? Well, we have the sprues. We are finalizing the boxes now that we have the full measurement of the box contents. We'll be ordering those boxes. And we are working on the best way for us to, as a small company, stop counting bases. And you may think to yourself, hey, isn't there like a machine that just does base things? And you're like, yeah, but do I really want to drop like $20,000, $30,000 on some mass-produced manufacturing machine to count 20 bases for what is essentially a short run of product? Like packing 2,000 of something in the grand scheme of things isn't that much over the life of a product, and the rest of our products don't need it. So no, I don't want to drop 20K on that. I just want to like figure out the best way to do it with what we got. Teaching the baby to count is the hardest part. That is true. Sloan, my 3-year-old, 2-year-old, currently counts 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. Just like screw 5 and 6, get them out of here. Don't need them. Hard jump to 7 every time. Yes, there are small part counters. That is a lower cost machinery, maybe in the $500 range, where you essentially weigh a base, you say this is my unit of base plus or minus an amount of grams, and then you grab a thing and drop them in, and it says, hey, you have 25 bases, and you grab 5 and you take them out. It says you have 20, and then you dump them in a bag. Traditionally, that's how we do it. We don't have that machinery. We probably will get that machinery at some point. We have some other ways of doing it in the meantime, potentially. So, anyways, we're working on it. We have bases, we have sprues, we're waiting on the boxes, and then these will be ready. The thing that's going to be holding that up, and this is my fault, I will just, as owner of the company, as half the owner of Lunar, and as the person who spearheaded it, my time has gotten a little busy, and so there is most likely going to be a delay with RS3 squad-based battles. Those will either be the last thing to hold it up, potentially going to actually ship that separately, depending on how much of that I get done by the time we get all the other items in. We'll keep you guys updated on that workflow. The second child did come a little earlier than we were expecting. And so scheduling is a bit scuffed for my end right now. But we'll take a kind of wide view of the situation once we get the boxes in, once we have the bases, countings, things sorted out, all of that jazz. And if it makes more sense for us to send those products and then send the RS3 book later, we may do that. We'll see what's going to be best for you guys as a customer and for us as the business. Now, if it means like 2 to 3 weeks waiting, we may hold them in because then we save money on shipping. We'll see. We'll let you guys know. Clearly the kid needs to put 22 bases in the box then. You know, that is actually a situation where we thought like, well, if we just overpack to absorb errors in packing, and then we start like running the numbers, and even bases, which we get for very cheap, those pennies add up fast when you're dealing with thousands. So yeah, that's Lunar. Lunar Plastics right there, getting ready to go. We will, down the line here, once we have these delivered, be replacing the starter set with these sprues. So instead of the 3 and 3 starter set that comes with the 3 US and 3 SSR, we will be replacing them with this sprue and the starter set, and 10 bases, not 20. We will also, at that point, be looking at how we're going to divvy up the products for things like cards, the card decks, things like the faction packs, the current US and USSR faction pack that come with the cards. That product will be rejigged. We've kind of gone back and forth. We came up with a pretty solid plan of what that will look like. But as we get those products fully fleshed out, now that we have all of this stuff in hand and are learning things like working on the bases, once we get that fully fleshed out, we'll let you guys know. Probably here first, or in the Discord channel. Shout out to our Discord. If you're not in there, you should be. Where you can ask questions like, hey, how are we going to get US miniatures down the line now that we have it in a sprue form combined with the USSR? And right now I'll say, we're not sure yet, but I'll let you know. But then at some point I'll know, and I'll say, here's how. Oh, yeah. Hold on, Doug. Hold on. I have a mouse. Hold on, Doug. Doing it solo without Media Matt. Gonna get Streamlabs chat. Bot. Get it going. Authenticate the stream. That way we can exclamation mark the things. Yo, you guys ever notice how long loading bars take when you're like under the gun? Waiting for things to actually load. Sidebar, stand by. Gotta click this. Gotta click this. Yes. Gotta do that. Gotta do this. Gotta authorize. It's authorized. Gotta do this. Gotta do this. Gotta do that. Boom. Exclamation mark Discord. Hit it in the chat. Follow that link to the Discord where you can ask questions about lunar sprues, like how is it going to work with the US and the USSR now that they're a combined sprue, and you previously sold faction packs with the cards. And right now I'll tell you I don't know, but down the line I'll say I do know, and this is how. It's a place to go for information. Thanks for hanging on through that scuff without Media Matt. Okay, that was Lunar. Don't think there's anything else there. Other projects, Avalon. Ben sent me some notes about Avalon. Nothing crazy, just a few things. Have to get to that chat now. Avalon Rising Pledge Manager closing tomorrow. It's like 24 hours on June 27th. Friday, June 27th, the Avalon Pledge Manager is closing. So if you have somehow put that off until now, stop it, get in there, stop putting it off. The beta book for Avalon should be dropping soon. It is now in the fabled editing loop. The editing loop. That book will go through the editing loop, drop in a beta digital format. If you had backed the Avalon pledge, you will receive a copy of it and you can read through it and you can say it looks good, it looks bad, I would change this, I wouldn't change a thing. And maybe we'll change some things based on that feedback before it goes off to print. That's the way we like to do it. See, that's Avalon. Next up, Fat Turkey Bundle. This one's gone away from us. This one's gone on, but we're wrapping it up. At this point, we have Titanic RPG that we need to order. Lunar Invasion that we need to order. Now, some of you people out there that are thinkers may think, hey, a few moments ago, you were talking about Lunar RS3 squad-based battles and how that might impact the delivery of plastics because the writer, Connor, had some things come up and it's delaying some stuff. I wonder if he has anything to do with Lunar Invasion. And good news, you're smart. You're correct, I do. Bad news, it does. I do. Lunar Invasion is up there with the Titanic RPG. It is all but fleshed out at this point, and hoping to get it ordered this week with the Titanic RPG. If that's the case, all the other elements have either been ordered, are en route, or are in shop, which means that turkey bundles will go out in July. Going to give us a month to get it all together, unless there's like something crazy that I've just completely forgotten about, but I don't think I have. In July, turkey bundles will go out just in time for the next turkey bundle to come up. Just kidding, we're not going to push it till next Thanksgiving. We don't need that extra 4 months. We just needed the original extra like 7 months. Thanks for your patience. It's going to be some pretty great stuff. I think you guys are going to be excited with the bundle of turkey that you guys are getting. Really, it's just those last two items that are holding us up. And by those last two items, one of them is really based on me, and I'm holding it up. So if there's any frustrations, please direct them to me personally, Connor Erickstead. I think that's it. Last Chance MDF is on the machines. It is cutting. As it will be cut, it'll be packaged up, flagged in the system, sent out to you guys. Back-ordered MDFs, we are sneaking in between the kappas and things like that, keeping on top of that queue. Yeah. We Played God. Last thing, it's doing great. It's been live for, how long has it been live for? A week, week and 2 days? No. Did it go like this week? Guys, my sense of time, completely blown. I'm on maternity board time, and it's gone. It doesn't exist. It's been a week and a half. Yeah. It's going great. Huge first day's sales. Second day sales are great, and they're just ticking away. If you have joined the We Play God Pledge, thank you very much for doing that. Have a lot of dinos here. I don't know the names of all of them, because I would just call all of them T-Rexes. But that's also not why that's also why I did not write this game. Someone who does love dinosaurs, which is Doug. He wrote it. How can I hold them without making dino noise? That's the thing. I'm not the dino guy. But that's why I didn't write the game, right? You don't want a not dino guy writing a dino game. Doug's a dino guy. I keep mispronouncing the names of these dinosaurs when I'm trying to find them to print, and Doug is just very generously slightly correcting me every time. I was like, which guy? This guy, this furry looking chicken dude. I was like, oh, is this a T-Rez? Because I thought it was just a play on words for T-Rex, and Doug was like, no, that's a Torres. I don't even remember what you said, man. Anyways, they look great. They look cool. Uh, I mean, I like dinos. It's not like I dislike dinos, but have a lot of them. Have a Stegosaurus. I need that one. A T-Rex. I know that one. An Ankylosaurus. Learning that one. Have a little feathered raptor. This little guy. He's adorable. He's going for your kneecaps. Have these little dudes. They're super adorable. They're going for your shins. Have a Giga. He's going for you and the guy standing next to you in one bite. It's great. Yeah, there we go. That guy wrote it. He's a dino guy. My favorite dino is Dinosaurus. Anyways, there's a whole plethora of dinosaurs here. This is actually too short. The Triceratops did not print. He failed. Did not come out of the vat properly. So redid that one a little bit, reworking it. Gonna see him tomorrow, most likely. Being born in Westworld style out of a 3D printer right now. The little guy with the tiny arms, this is not real. This was a paleontologist 100% just trolling the community. Like, they lost the bones, and then they threw in some other bones, and then they put them together, and they're like, no, this is it. This is how the dinosaur was, I promise. Again, I don't know this one's name, but if somebody wants to throw out which one with the little arms is, it's kind of hilarious looking. It's like all of the calories went, all the energy went to making these cool horns instead of his arms. A Carnosaurus, a Carnopar, Carno kind of sounds like if Ben was a little bit more Australian redneck and was trying to call out my name. Anyways, check out We Play God if you haven't already. But if you're in the stream, I imagine you have, and thanks for doing so. I think that's it. Anything else? Let me know in the chat. Is there any project? Is there anything going on that I did not address that you would like to be addressed? Carnosaur, a Carnotaurus. It's like kind of hard to say. I'm not good with R's. The ultimate irony of not being able to say R's correctly, even after speech therapy and my name being heavily reliant upon them. Last mile is printing. Digitally, it is delivered. So physically, it is printing, will arrive at our shop, and that one will be out to you guys as well. And those usually have a pretty quick turnaround, usually within like a week, business days sort of thing. Gonna wait about 15 more seconds here. A gameplay video of Whispers of the Deep before the backroom closes. That one, I'm not gonna outright say no, but I am not confident on. With my things going on right now, I'm kind of in and out. With a lot of other projects going on, Ben also has his hands full. So there is a chance, but as of right now, we don't have a specific plan in place for it. Any new? There we go. Doug already answered that one. The MDF plans for being updated for the bank and police station. Yeah, we are dealing with everything that we have on our burners right now, and those will be around either beginning of next year. There's a chance I could see us historically saying like, wouldn't it be cool if we re-released one during Black Friday of this year? And just like push it through the pipeline or something. I would not depend on that. And that would really just depend on if we had the bandwidth a couple of weeks before where we could smash it out. And by we at this point, I do mean Doug, because Doug's been doing the redesigns of those kits. If you're waiting for them, pencil in 2026. You know, but like pencil it in. Don't use a pen. Don't use a Sharpie or anything. Like, I guess they're like an erasable pen if you wanted. Ben is elbow deep in dinosaur guts. Actually, I think he's more or less done with all the dinosaur guts at this point. Just gets he gets to move on to other things and explore other territories of creative endeavoring. All right, I think that's it. If there's any other questions, if you did not get them in before we go, one more cool on the sculpt if we hit 200K. Yes, and actually we're projected to, so almost done. But we have a few days before we get to there. If you have anything else, hit us up in the Discord, !Discord. It does work this time. I say that, watch it not work now. And we'll answer to the best of our ability, or direct you to the place that could, or the people that would. We get in a goat mini. I haven't seen a goat mini come across yet. It doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. Well, I haven't seen it. Also, I feel like surely people have made goat minis, right? Like surely just on Thingiverse, there's like goat. I mean, you had the goat game where you play as a goat. I feel like that in and of itself was memeable to the point where there's like goats out there. Thanks for hanging out with me on this Thursday update. I'll see you on the next Thursday update, or maybe I won't. Maybe it'll be Australian Connor sitting down to give you the what for. And beyond that, you guys are great, hanging out just like on a Thursday afternoon. I appreciate it. And I hope that you have a good rest of your day and rest of your week. See you guys in the next one.